This is the first proper video of my Scandinavian camping trek. Sorry for all the annoying clicking noises that you will hear throughout this video. I attempted to minimize them in editing. They are just noises that my camera makes when held a certain way, apparently. I will attempt to avoid triggering that in the next video. This is day one of walking through Lapland, Finland, and I'm already making mistakes. Against my better judgment, I strayed off the path, trying to get through the forest, and I can't pass through this thicket here. This entire forest is growing on one big boulder field, and the footing is very uncertain. So now I have to lose 2 or 3 hours to backtrack, find my way back to the path. My emergency plan was that I would walk towards the main car road through the forest if I ended up in trouble like this. But as it turns out, there is a swamp between me and the road, which I didn't realize when I was looking at this area on Google Maps. I already knew that this was exactly the thing that would happen, so I should have known better. This is what I'm talking about when I say that this entire forest is on a boulder field and the footing is very dangerous. The entire forest is littered in these little holes that very much want to catch your leg and perhaps twist your ankle. Filled with nasty water. Let's keep moving. I almost slipped. I lost my way a little bit. No biggie. Just keep on moving. I'm going through the swamp. Just get me to the road. Can somebody tell me how it is possible for pine trees to be growing out of a swamp? It's a little bit confusing. I was so happy that I just got out of the swamp. Little did I know that there's another one ahead. But as far as swamps go, this one is actually not too bad. It doesn't even smell bad, and there's not that much water. Perkele. We made it out of the swamp and onto our road. Very good. That was quite an adventure. I enjoyed that. So I've just had a full night's sleep and wrapped up, ready for the road. This is day 2. We are back in a swamp, but I don't mind. No, as it turns out, I do mind. That swamp wasn't as fun to get through as the last one. So, unfortunately, we have to stick to the road. Very, very close. He's not afraid of me at all. I'm just gonna keep walking. It got a bit raining. It stopped raining. I didn't record much of it because I didn't want to get the camera wet. I have to camp out here for the night. It is not an ideal place. It is a path cut out by forestry workers. I just hope they're still not working on this area. Smells kind of fresh. But all of the actual logs are not here, so hopefully they're done with it. I'm taking a little bit of a risk, staying the night here. There's a lot of mosquitoes right now, that's why I'm walking around, making weird noises. So I'm just gonna go into the tent and rest. Why am I blurry? Hello? It is past 10 p.m. right now. Obviously it's bright because the sun doesn't go down around here at this time of the year. There's so many mosquitoes in here. I jumped into the tent as quickly as possible, and still about 30 followed me in anyway. You are literally inhaling them when you're standing out there. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm taking a bit of a risk camping here, but I just had to stop here. Because I can't push my body too far. If I do, I might end up breaking it to the point that I'll have to take a break for a few days, and I don't want to do that. I haven't actually walked too far today, a little over 30 kilometers. That is a lot, but it's not extreme. It's what I'm aiming for, about 30 kilometers a day. In order to be able to do this long term, you have to limit yourself. The reason why I'm walking along an asphalt road for cars right now is partly because of my poor planning and partly because the planned route of my travels changed at the last minute. So I'm improvising right now, but I have a plan that may or may not work. We will see. We might end up being able to walk without having to deal with cars passing us by all the time. One of the many unfortunate things about all the mosquitoes that are outside of my tent right now is that I kind of wanted to poo, but I can't expose my ass in front of all these mosquitoes, so I'll do my best to try to hold it until tomorrow. By the way, if you were wondering how I fit into this tent with all of my stuff, somehow I managed to do it. The new day is here. Let's keep moving now. The thing I noticed about pine trees in this part of the world is that their lower branches are covered with this black stuff. And I'm not sure what it is. It's very fibrous. And you just don't see that where I come from. It is the end of day 3. I've decided to set up camp here. Once again, it's a bit of a risky location. A major road is right there, and it continues behind this hill. I did not have to set up my camp here tonight. I could have walked for 10 more kilometers. However, if I have, I would end up in a more populated area. The villages in this part of Lapland, Finland, are very spread out, with a lot of empty spaces in between the houses, and oftentimes a village is just a forest with paths or so-called roads or streets spreading out here and there from the main road. So if I did walk 10 more kilometers, I would end up having to camp sandwiched between some random people's private properties. And I do not want to do that, therefore we are staying here. And also, the reason why I couldn't get further away from the road is because there's a swamp right there, blocking my way.
It rained quite a bit during the night.
These things don't give a damn. He's following me. Interesting. Alright, I am on a legitimate campsite right now. I'm going to stay here for 2 nights in order to enjoy all of the electricity and showers. I also wanted to enjoy all of the Wi-Fi, but as it turns out there is no Wi-Fi here. I'm probably not going to stay at places like this very much after this time. Especially since just now I found out that wild camping is actually fully legal in all of Scandinavia. Before now I didn't actually know that. I didn't even bother to look it up. I just assumed that since we are in the European Union, it would be illegal, because it is in most places in the European Union. But as it turns out, it is fully permissible here, so that helps me out a lot. Before now, when I said that I camped in risky locations, that's what I meant. I didn't want to be detected by anybody. But now I don't have to worry about that as much. But I will stay here for 1 day, 2 nights, and when I say night, I mean the general, usual nighttime hours. The sun never sets around here at this time of year, so there is never technically a night. I will rest and we will move on further ahead. I'm going to edit this video while I'm here and maybe upload it. There sure is a lot of reindeer around here. Just a short while ago, one entered this very campsite and stood in the middle of it, very casually. The reindeer just stroll around these parts like holy cows in India. It's fun, I'm enjoying it. And that's it. That's the end of part 1.